Good morning, everybody. I hope you had a grand evening. Hotter than it should be by to the tune of maybe 20 degrees here in Wichita. Last night, leaving the gym at about 7:15, it was 92 degrees. Supposed to be in the 90s for the next 3 days, and then next week, supposed to get some rain, which we really do need to get the hard, wet, red winter crop in. So I'm ready for fall. I've had enough of summer, as I'm sure some of you all are too. We'll start with a disclaimer. Hypothetical simulated performance results have certain limitations, unlike an actual performance record. Simulated results do not represent actual trading. Also, since the trades have not been executed, the results may have under overcompensated for the impact of any of certain market factors, such as lack of liquidity. Simulated trading programs in general are also subject to the fact that they're designed with the benefit of hindsight. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profit or losses similar to those shown. Well, it is post FOMC day, and right here's a quick snapshot of the E-mini. It's going sideways, but it's not breaking, so I believe that market is still pointed higher. Based on yesterday's activity in treasuries, I think the trade is to the short side to see if we can take out 125.16. And if we can't, then we can trade from the long side. Overnight structure is a P. If I put all of this together, it's a B. The structural sell is at 29. The low volume number looks like it's at 30. Right up here. And so we're looking to get short. First trade of the day. 23.27 sell 1. 31.03 sell 2. On the buy side, 13 to 17 buy 1. I think we're going to trade lower. 5 to 9 buy 2. Like the short side first. If we can't bust that 12.16 area, we can play from the long side. News overnight was limited. China's debt rating was lowered from AA minus to an A plus. Should have been probably lowered a long time ago, but we know how that game is played. Look what happened to the people that took on the previous administration with interest rates and credit ratings, etc. Can't do that. Isn't it amazing how sacrosanct the government has become? Can't touch them, can't do this, can't do that. They're above reproach. They're the agents of good everywhere. And everything the government touches works certainly less than forecast or expected. But if you control the press, look at Vestia and Pravda, and look at what happens with our mainstream media right now. And you can sell those ideas, and you can keep it that way. Okay, a structural sell on the 30-year would be 29s to as high as last rotate up was 06 to 05. That's our sell zone. So we'll put 54 to 04, number 1, sell 7 to 11. 15 to 19, sell 2. On the support side, 20 to 24 is number 1. Buy 13 to 17, buy 1. Buy 1 to 5 for buy 2. 2-day jobless claims 303. No one pays attention to it because of the hurricanes. Probably the biggest news today is Philly Fed called up at 18. FHFA housing plus 0.4. That could come in lower. LAI plus 0.2. No one pays attention to it now because of the interest rate component, but if interest rates ever get back to historical norms, it will be in play. And 93 for the build and natural gas inventory. So I think the focus is Philly Fed, direction of the E-mini for treasuries and gold. Gold went below 1300 last night. We thought it was headed lower, stops below 1300. We've been talking about that for at least a week. And we've got the attractor draw down here in this 90, 94 area. So we'll make 93.95 buy one and 89.91 buy two. If the bottom doesn't fall out of the market early in treasuries and gold, we'll probably have a sideways. And probably, I guess the biggest piece of news today may come from Draghi, who picks up the mic at 9:30. I don't know what he would say to reverse his current position, but the dollar is getting stronger because of interest rates with a lot of the currencies around the globe. And I know that Draghi would like to see the euro lower so they can export outside of the European Union. Okay, 1300 right here is pretty good resistance. So 98, 1300, sell one, 3 to 5, sell two. No reason to own gold. Economy's getting better. Taxes are going to get lower. Economic growth is returning north of 3%. Sell gold. Okay, Draghi's talk today, or speech, probably is to take the euro a bit lower. So we have this spill from yesterday, and you can see just structurally right here that London low right there at 72 held. So we've got 70 to 80, sell one, 120 even, sell two. On the buy side, 40 to 50, buy one, and I don't think and then 25 by 2. I think I'd probably be out of the euro when Draghi picks up the mic at 9:30 Eastern. Crude oil expiration is behind us. We had the short squeeze and we had long liquidation yesterday. Market up, market down. And that's fairly typical on an expiration day. Got a seller at 51 now, and perhaps a buyer down here at 49.50. So there's a lot. We should start picking up support at 50. So on a play for stops below 50, 49.75, 50 buy one, 49.25, 49.50 buy two. Like the short side just because 51 is holding. So sell one, 50.50, 50.75, 51, 51.25, sell two. And a structural sell right here would have you short at 34 to 44. We play market numbers in crude. They work very, very well for us. Okay, I like the E-mini still. I don't see any reason for it not to rally into Monday's tax announcement by the Trump administration. Everybody's expecting 3 categories for retail citizens, not corporations, and they're expecting a 15 to 20% tax rate for corporations. So that's where we find it. 2505, 2507 is resistance. Here we are. If we put all this together, you're still dealing with a very pronounced P, and volume is above time. So everything structurally says we should trade higher. Supports at the buck to 02. then at 95 plus or minus. So don't think the news is a factor today. Getting stops below the 02 area, so 99s to 01s by 1. We may have to pay 3s to get into it. We'll put a question mark at 3. 94, 96 by 2. Sell failure to take out and hold 7. And then 9 to 11 will be sell 2. News, jobless claims 303. No one will pay any attention to it because of the hurricanes. Philly Fed 18. That's probably the news focus, or Draghi at 9:30. FHFA housing price index up 0.4. LAI plus 0.2. Natural gas inventory is 93 BCF. So we really don't have a lot of news today, which could lead to low volume, lack of interest, conditions we've had to deal with damn near daily. Okay, it's going to take a bit to get everything up and posted in the right spot. I'm going to get busy on that. I'll be back with you as soon as possible.